Good morning, Bachman Middle School. Today is Wednesday, April 3rd, 2024. It is an A-Day, a Band Day 5, and I am Mrs. Castle with today's Tiger Talk. Right now, I'm trying to fix this globe. It's about as old as our actual Earth. But you know, it did get me to thinking, what would happen if our Earth were actually flat?
In history, there have been numerous instances where beliefs, myths, or misconceptions have been later understood to be figments rather than factual occurrences. In fact, some ancient cultures thought the Earth was flat. Well, it's not. And here's a video showing what would happen if the Earth weren't round.
For most of our history, humans have thought the Earth was flat. The one concept our ancient ancestors were missing was gravity. Gravity's effects are the key to determining whether the Earth is actually flat or not. On a sphere, gravity pulls in the same direction everywhere on the surface. But on a disk, gravity changes direction as you move toward the edge. At the center, you feel a downward pull, just like on spherical Earth. But as you move out, gravity starts pulling sideways as well as downwards. A ball thrown straight up in the air midway out would curve down and backwards toward the disk's center. Plus, that ball wouldn't go nearly as high or far as a ball thrown up at the edge, where gravity's downward pull is practically zero. But sports are just the beginning. Since plant stems grow opposite to the direction of gravity, an effect called negative gravitropism, you'll see forests grow at an increasingly sharp angle the farther you are from the center. Continue toward the edge and you'll feel like you're climbing a hill that's growing steeper with each step as the backward pull of gravity takes over. At Earth's end, that hill will feel like a 90-degree cliff pulling you straight back to the center. Gravity's backwards effects pull on the oceans too, making it impossible for any water to reach the edge. So the next time you see an apple fall straight to the ground, be thankful that Earth is round. Because if it were flat, that apple might actually hit you in the face.
Hey, are you looking for a wellness challenge? Well, if so, check out the activity calendars that you can find on shapeamerica.org. There's a calendar for each month, and each day you do something that focuses on things like physical activities, mindfulness techniques, mental health exercises, and more. Do you accept the challenge? Get your calendar today. And now it's time for another Staff Spotlight. This week's staff member, it's Miss Babcock. Miss B.
Miss B.
How you doing?
Good.
Would you rather be too cold or too hot?
Too cold.
Why?
Because when you're cold, you can just keep putting things on, you know, slippers and sweaters and things. Too hot, there's just only so much.
There's only so much.
Yes.
What is the best book you've ever read?
Best book I've ever read. The Bible. That's the best book I've ever read.
Can you finish these song lyrics? Once upon a time I was falling in love. Now I'm only falling apart. Nothing I can do. It's a
Total eclipse of the heart.
ding, ding, ding. What makes Bachman Middle School so great, in your opinion?
I think the students and the staff working together, like sense of family and togetherness that we have here in the building. That's what I love about Bach.
Look how together all of our students are. Have you ever had someone call and do something weird?
A few years ago, like we had this former student, they kept calling and saying, you know, asking just weird questions. I can't even think of what it was, but I was like, what is happening? Why are we asking all these questions? Questions I didn't know the answer to, and it happened, I don't know, like 4 or 5 times in one day, and then it didn't happen again.
That's just silly.
It is silly.
Do you have a pet peeve? What's something that really bothers you? Yeah.
I can't stand wet socks. Wet socks.
You don't like wet socks?
I do not like wet socks. I not like my feet cold, and when they get wet, they get cold. Don't like it.
Thank you. That's all for today. Bring Miss Babcock some dry socks, and we'll see you next time on Staff Spotlight.
Yeah, I can't fix this thing. It's now a puppet. Well, that's all for today. Have a good one. Don't pollute the earth. And go get on, tigers. Thanks, Earthy. You're so cute. I know.